Today I wanted to go over how I created this painting, which is the second painting that was made with the intention of being submitted to the Cut and Paste magazine. If you would like to see the first painting that I made, you can follow the link in the description box or in the link above. As a reminder, the theme for the December issue of this magazine is at home, and these are the colors that they want us to be inspired by. The last painting I made showed a summer cottage, but this time I wanted to go something that was like inside the house, looking out, so this is the reference photo that I found on Pinterest that I ended up going with, and I did make a lot of changes because I'm not just going to paint this picture, but this is the reference photo that I took inspiration from. After finding my reference photo, I took it into Procreate so I could make a mock thumbnail sketch and figure out my colors and the positions of everything, and this is kind of what I got. I did change a lot of things in the final painting, but that is to be expected. I went in and traced my little thumbnail into the actual paper, and then I started painting. The two areas that I think I struggled the most on within this painting was painting the deck that has wood planks on it, and then also painting the fabric of the clothing. I haven't really done fabric studies in a very, very long time. I don't know if I've ever actually done one, but I haven't painted or drawn fabric in a very long time, and I didn't really have an exact reference for each of the clothing on the line. So it was very interesting to have to figure that out. I think they look a little drab in the end, but I also think that they're not like the whole point of the painting. So I think it turned out okay enough, and you will see that later on. Something that I want to note is there are some time skips that aren't very significant in this just because my phone storage was full. One of those is with this painting of the deck. It goes from being really patchy to really solid for no reason. All I did was just go back in with a second layer of that color and make sure that it wasn't patchy anymore, so that's all that happened there, and that should be the most significant time skip. The only other time skip that I know of would be painting the actual clothesline. I had to be a lot closer to the paper for that because I was really nervous about messing it up, so I just didn't record that, but all I did was paint like a black line where the clothesline would be, so it's not that significant either. When it comes to the actual painting process, I tend to block in colors first, so I blocked in the background of the blue sky, and then the brown of the deck, and the green, and then like the weird colors in the mountains. I just started out with pretty solid colors, and then I started layering over those. So for the grass field area, you will notice that I painted a little bit lighter further away, and I tried to blend that out. And then I added some green fading up to the mountains so it would look more natural, and I pretty much left the sky alone. I think in the end I probably should have added some real streaky clouds, but I didn't, and I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to try and do that because I don't want to mess it up. I feel like the rest of the painting process is weird to explain but easy to watch, so it's just blocking in the different colors, layering things over it, and stippling or dabbing things on, or blending, or showing brush strokes like for this grass. So I'm gonna let that kind of explain itself, and I'm gonna talk about something else. Let's talk about boundaries within content creation. Having a healthy balance between making things for other people and making things for yourself. I technically have about 4 paintings for this. The last one that I made I don't really like, so I'm probably gonna omit that, but I've made 4 paintings for this little series, and you're only seeing 2 videos so far. That was because I videoed the first one, I filmed the second one, but I also had the third one that I was working on at the same time as the second one, going back and forth between them, but I knew that if I kept videoing, I was going to get burnt out and I wasn't going to work on it. So I just kept the other painting to myself to work on. And then even the 4th painting that I'm probably going to omit and not submit, I also made that without videoing because I knew that it was going to be less enjoyable of a process and I was going to get burnt out faster if I wasn't making it for myself and if I was trying to make it for other people. It can be exhausting having to make sure that everything is presentable to show other people, whether that's my desk space, my paint palette, every brushstroke that I'm doing, my setup, making sure that my phone isn't wiggling because I bumped the table when I'm filming. It can be exhausting having to focus on things outside of just making the artwork or making the content or making whatever it is that you're making. It can be very tiring having to think of other things instead of just what you're doing. One of the rules of thumbs that I have heard for artists is 2 for you, 1 for me. You can make 2 paintings or 2 videos for your audience, but then you need to make 1 painting that you don't film, that you don't show, that is just for yourself. And I don't exactly follow that rule. I video whenever I want to video, and I don't when I don't want to. And sometimes I just do a little TikTok type clip video because they're faster, they're easier to edit and whatnot, and I just post those on Instagram and TikTok. Or sometimes I'll make a video for YouTube, and YouTube videos take a lot more time because of the voiceover and having to manually clip out certain things and having to add audio and things. So sometimes I want to spend more time on editing the content side of things, so I will, and if I don't want to, then I'll just do a short content kind of thing. And if I don't want to do that, I will just paint. I actually stopped in the middle of this painting and the 3rd painting, and I made another painting for a Patreon art club that I'm a part of, and I didn't video any of that. I also don't plan on posting it anywhere, and I'm not going to upload it to my Etsy. That one was just for me, for fun. I've also noticed that the more that you post content for other people and less for yourself, the lower quality work that you could be producing. I know at one point in time I had an Instagram where I was posting like 3 times a day every single day, and at that point I had a lot of artwork that I could share, and then I ran out, and then I was posting just doodles, and then I was posting just really messy thumbnails, and then I had nothing to post. And then I felt like I was failing as a content creator, when in actuality, I didn't have healthy boundaries on how much content I was creating anyways. I know that a lot of Instagram or TikTok or YouTube business type accounts will recommend that you are posting 3 TikToks a day, 3 Instagram Reels a day, 3 YouTube Shorts a day, and that is the only way that you can grow as an account or as a channel or whatever you do. And on the one hand, yes, if you are constantly producing content to be seen, it will be seen. But on the other hand, you are going to be so tired, and I'm sure that people would rather look at quality content that you actually care about, that actually makes you feel good when you make it, than a bunch of fast fashion kind of content or a bunch of trends that go away and don't last forever. The problem that I see with producing only trendy type of content is that people might only follow you for that trend, and it might be something that you don't usually do. So I might show off all of my artwork from high school for a trend, and I don't make surreal artwork anymore. I only do landscapes. So that's a great way to gain a bunch of followers and then also lose a bunch of followers. Now, I think trends are fine on occasion. If you want to do a trend, do it. I've done trends before too, but I also don't think that you should be making 3 to 4 videos every day that are just following trends. It's just not healthy. Unless it's something that you really like to do, but when you start to feel like you're obligated to do it, that's when you need to step back and maybe reevaluate some things. That is all that I have for you today. Let me know if you want to see the other paintings that I didn't have videos for, and I hope that this helped and was interesting, and I will see you later. Bye!